Ella here. Just wanted to pop on here and just share some love and some energy and hopefully some inspiration. As I also here am in Crystal River, Florida, making some choice point decisions right now as to which direction to head. We're closing down the space that I'm at right now. We're preparing for the storm that's approaching, the current, the vortex of energy that's about to come and do some more cleansing post Hurricane Helene. And now I guess there's some more that's needed to be done here. So in my effort to stay and in my practice to stay in my heart, to stay present, to stay focused, and to share the gifts that I have to inspire and to help and to promote unity consciousness and to let myself remember why we're here, right? This is it. We're here to share our love and inspiration, or we can. I don't know if we're here to do that, but I'm being called to do that right now. And for those of you guys that don't know me, or what I like to do or how I like to play, I'm an astrologer, but I also am a bit of a metaphysician. I've been working with crystals and stones and divination decks, oracle card readings. I've been a Reiki master practitioner. I've been an energy worker, healer, again, occultist, which is basically studying things that are hidden. And so in my search for meaning and in my search for purpose, I have discovered a lot of incredible insights along the way that I have found to be true, that are true for me. And all we can do at this point in time is share our truths, because now is the time right now to drop the facade, drop the masks, really step into the bigger beings of who you are, right? The bigger spiritual beings. We're human in this human suit, in this avatar suit, right? So the bigger being of us is stepping in. And if you allow it, if you see yourself as also spiritual, however you identify with it, with whatever sect, religion, whatever the case may be for you, I would ask that you would just ask and merge with that highest version of you, whatever form that shows up in. Whether it's angelic form, whether it's ascended master form, whether it's just, hey, you just decided I'm going to be a better person today and I'm going to go out and do things that help others because it feels good, because I'm scared and I feel out of control and I can't control the weather. I can't control, well, that's another topic about controlling the weather, but I digress. Let's get back to this. Us individuals can't control the weather. But what we can control is our response to what's going on. So for those that are empathic and read energy and feel energy, which I am very empathic and have been for a long time. I just didn't know to acknowledge it, but now I do. We feel a lot of energies, collective energies, and there's a lot of us right now in Florida that are scared. We saw the devastation, or we are still witnessing the devastation of our brothers and sisters in the Carolinas and in Georgia. And now we have another one of these things approaching. Whatever the case may be, there is a sense of fear that is here. So fear is normal in situations like this, of course. But how are you going to face it? How are you going to receive this experience that none of us have ever experienced before on this magnitude in my lifetime? This is a choice point. And what I'm witnessing within my communities and within my own self is that the version of me that I always wanted to be is coming out. That version of me that lets go of the dumb shit, is not nitpicky or judgmental, but the version of me that just really wants to be of service and who wants to help and who wants to unite and who wants to, kind of like the superhero thing, even though if you have a superhero, you create a villain. So cancel, delete. Sense of purpose. It's that sense of like, yeah, crows. Yes, crow, I'm speaking. I'm opening up my throat chakra. I'm wearing blue. It's happening. Step into your authentic voice. All we can do. So facing the fear, doing what's in front of you to do. It's time to be scared, but it's also time to be courageous. Without fear, you would know courage. This is polarity. We're smack dab in the middle of it. And so what we're being asked is to step into courage by facing the fear, facing the unknown. The image I was receiving the last storm we had, I kept seeing like Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump, those of us facing our fears and come on, God, that's all you got. And then the storm passed and there was this clearing and there was this peace. And I feel a lot of us have been battling our inner selves for so long. And now there's this storm that's outside of us, as within, so without, that we have to face. So how are you going to face it? How am I going to face it? Kristen, I said my prayers for storm calming, reached out to family and friends for plan and prepped, worked on my Unity chapter, had lunch with wonderful friend and mentee, filled up my gas tank, picked up ice. Now it's time to nest and rest. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Thank you. That's it. That's all we can do. Whatever we're called to do, whatever's in front of you to do. I was actually called to make a nice nourishing meal of some vegan pasta, and I don't know, I just told the ground, right? Because of the uncertainty, just do what I can. Again, I have my evacuation route. I'm going to staying at a friend's home that's more north of here. And thank you, Sarah and Alan, for opening your space to Tanner and I. And so, yeah, we're doing what's in front of us to do, but doing it with an open heart and doing this with a clear purpose, focused intention. And really getting into that center poise. This is the practice. The training wheels are off. We've been practicing this long enough now. This is the real deal, right? This is why we're here, for those of us who have stepped into this way of living and really surrender to the bigger version of you that doesn't have to know everything, but you trust that there is a purpose to this. There is an order to this, even if it seems chaotic and out of order. This is part of why we've decided to change our lives and change our focus and surrender to things that we can't see. Because there is, from my understanding, divine love is always there. And what we're rectifying and really coming to terms with is our polarized nature. Our own inner hero and our own inner villain that we projected out into this reality. The meditation, we have an 11:11 group that meets every Sunday here in Crystal River at 11:11. And today was such an incredible meditation where we all just collectively knew why we were here. We didn't even know if there was going to be a meditation because a lot of people are evacuating and doing their things. But the people that were here were like purposeful, right? Because again, we've been practicing together for a long time, getting into each other's fields, right? Meditating together, getting our minds doing, breathing together, really focusing in, knowing exactly how powerful we are. When two or more are gathered and we get together in community and we focus in on what we really want with our hearts and our mind connected, that heart-mind coherence, then man, we can move mountains. And we all got the clarion call without even having to really speak, that we knew we were focusing with our minds and our hearts the direction of the storm going further south, just directing that vortex of energy within ourselves. And so we just kept imaging it and just kept staying with it and just kept holding the field. And then we did a dear friend, Andrea, led us with some Qigong, right? Moving the mind and just some light. You had gathered the Qi together in community, and then we were focusing it towards the storm. Because that's all you can do. At this point, that's all you can do. You just have to, through your mind, through your imagination station, through your heart, through your focus, through your practice, imagine what you want to see. We've been so indoctrinated and programmed to focus on what you don't want by all this fear mongering and the perpetuation of continued fear of the what ifs and the what ifs and the what ifs. And it came in twice today in meditation in our group that, a lot of what we imagine doesn't even happen. But because the fear is so prevalent, we create our realities through this propaganda. They're only being offered the story of gloom and doom and war. But we're here to tell better stories. We're here to be new storytellers, and we have to do it from within. We have to tell a better story of ourselves. We have to love ourselves to truly know what it feels like to tap into love so that we can truly love our brothers and sisters. We've been improperly taught from the beginning, from the very, very beginning. It's been an inverted game. It's been a game for just set up for a very few to profit from, and whatever the story may be, that story's gone. We're telling a new story because astrologically, we're definitely telling a new story because it's more of Aquarian. It's less of the Leo King rulership because Aquarius is opposite astrologically, right? So it's moving from that. There has to be a monarch or even a royalty, right? The court of royalty. It's actually no. It's the power is going back to the collective, to the people, to the majority. And so if it doesn't work for the majority, it's not going to work for anybody. If it doesn't work for one, it doesn't work for any of us. And that's what's happening now. And we're being forced into these places because we have to unite. We have to come together. And like today, I got to witness within my meditation group that we came in on purpose. We came in hearts open, minds clear. We were just like, we know why we're here. We remember, oh yeah, this is why we showed up at this time in this place. If you believe that, if you believe in reincarnation, which I do, and coming back, and if you use the language of star seeds, or of course I'm an astrologer, I'm going to see that there's other realms besides the one that we've been just shown. Plus my own spiritual endeavors and using psychedelics to go deeper into my spiritual nature. Yes, that has been part of my journey. So this is where I'm coming from when I speak to these things. Direct experience of oneness, and of piercing the illusion. So we're just asked to be right now to just do what's in front of you to do. Be very present with the energy. Focus in on what you would like to see. I've been again projecting this thing moving more south and not affecting anybody. It's just light rain cleansing as best as I can. And that's all you can do at this point. Use your imagination for what you want, because it's been commandeered to only project that which we're in fear of. And this is the time for us to step into that courage. This is a choice point. So it's we have the opportunity to do something different. And that's evolution. We got to do it different. That's what I'm being called to do, at least. And then just to share the journey. Thank you, everybody that's here, that's watching. Riley, Amanda, Sundari, Stephanie, thank you for being here. I love you, family. What are you guys doing during this time? Not just in the preparation of the storm, but how are you imagining this thing to go? What would you like to see? If you want to put in the comments, and maybe we could do it. Just do a meditation again. My meditation group met at 11:11 today, and we're going to do what needs to be done. Pack my car. Really hanging out with my dog Tanner because he feels the energy. When I get anxious, he starts to feel it. So he's such a grounder. So just really being present for my animals, our animals, and it's about staying in the heart for everything and everyone around you, and to find the courage even if you feel fearful, and to use the practices, right? For those of us who've been this is Saturn and Pisces, who have been doing the work to learn to meditate, to ground, take your bare shoes off. Take your shoes off and bare feet on the ground, because that's a grounding point. That helps discharge the nervous system. That's what I find help. Magnesium spray helps a lot before bed. Tapping, again, the breath work. I use essential oils quite a bit because it's just the smell helps invoke a sense of calm for me. Cleaning is really good. Cleaning up my space. Do what's in front of you to do, guys. And again, if you can, please be discerning about what you invite into your field right now, meaning like with news and television watching and programming, because that's all affecting the field right now. We're very sensitive. All of us are very sensitive. What you feel, I feel. And what I feel, you feel. The veil is very thin right now. That's one thing energetically, is we're all feeling this deep empathy and compassion for one another. So, and we're also feeling everything else. So if you can, focus on the outcome of this of us all healing and a nation uniting and a human species uniting. Feel that into existence. What would it be like to have all the needs met, to have everybody having all the tools and the supplies they need, and as the weather's changing, the blankets and the security, see everybody that, don't focus on what people are not doing and what our government's not doing, because that's not doing us any good. That's actually wasting your energetic imagination towards what we don't want. So if you can image and say, okay, yes, I see you, FEMA, and I see the imbalances. Okay, so how can I sit, breathe, meditate, and image? How can that change? How can all of a sudden I see the good FEMA, the good version, saying, we're not going to do this. We're going to be human. We're going to help people. Can you imagine that? Can you put your energy and focus on that instead of what's happening? It's not bypassing, but it's just using the mind for the highest and best and most balanced, harmonious for everyone, not just what we're being programmed. And so that's something to consider and to manage within yourself, is learning how your mind works. Study some Joe Dispenza stuff, a lot of Bruce Lipton stuff. They talk about epigenetics and how, our reality is created by our environment, right? So get into an environment within yourself that's nurturing, that's supportive. Mars in Cancer, take action on those things that make you feel good in your body. Feel as good as you possibly can, and not through escapism, because that's the dark side of Pisces, but through true knowing what is nourishing for your body. If you know eating a piece of fruit is better than eating that piece of junk food, just choose the fruit. It's that simple, right? Alkaline your system. If you're very acidic and you're pissed off because what's going on, put some baking soda in some water and drink that, because that'll alkalize you. You see, it's a chemistry thing. It's an intention thing. It's a way of living thing, and it's not anything we've been taught. We had to self-learn, and we're teaching each other through this media. We are the program. We are the mediums now. We are the media. We're the ones that are telling the truth within ourselves, and the truth is a vibration. Everybody knows you're getting better at knowing what truth feels like, because you feel it in your body. Just like you know what a lie feels like, because you're learning to feel it in your body. We're learning discernment, and it's a practice. Thank you, everybody, for still here that's hanging out with me while we're navigating this together and sharing your energy. I keep putting a shield around Florida. Yes, I see that too. I see almost like a toroidal field that just keeps moving and moving and moving, and then moving off into another vortex field. That's because what I was receiving in meditation is today, it was like, if you're not going to get the message of unity, the momentum's going to keep coming. And I kept seeing myself going, yes, I see myself. I see all the imbalances within myself. I see where I still judge. I see where I still live in lack, and I still live in separation because of I see it. I'm getting the messages now. Yes, I unify right now. I forgive right now. And I just kept doing it real time. And I kept seeing the storm almost subside, like, okay, we don't have to be so devastated until we get the messages of unity and getting together. So that's what was coming through really strong to me, is like, okay, I just keep receiving. I keep unifying as much as I can. Keep, forgiving. The past is gone. Past is gone. All we have is right now. What we do right now will dictate our future. We can get into the quantum energy of it at another time when, the now can change the past. And that's a whole nother vortex ball game we can get into once we get past this. But let's just stick with this right now. Use your vortex. Use your spinning wheels of light. Use your imagination to focus on what you want, only on what you want. The gloom and doom is there, yes, all over the world. But what would you like to see the world turn into? Can you, at least for the next 48 hours, just focus? Anybody watching, can you just commit to, please, focusing on what you want? Better education, right? All of a sudden healthcare, all of a sudden the med beds come out, right? All of a sudden all this free energy technology that's been suppressed and it's already been created, it's been released. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like our oceans getting cleared up and our wildlife getting, through the use of mushrooms and through the use of hemp, now remediating our soils and starting to bring the biodiversity back? Can you imagine this? Can you see this happening? Can you imagine the highest, most balanced blissful version of you and your family, and what that really feels like, even if we've never experienced it, because this realm has been really dense for a lot of us. We had to go through a lot of trauma. But we can evolve out of that now. We can learn in a different way, choose a different path. This is a choice point. And it's time to be your authentic self. So in that nature, I pulled some cards today from the Whispers of the Ocean, because I figured, shit, the water's talking to us, right? The ocean, she's speaking loudly. So this is a really cool deck that was gifted to me by my dear friend Lisa Finelli. And she knows I love divination cards because they're just beautiful cards that represent. I just pick a card. It's like, hey, what I'm wanting some more support about what I'm feeling, and so I asked energetically, I said, look, what is the collective, what is our collective unconscious telling us right now that we need to know? That what's this movement of energy that's coming in this form of toroidal winds and rain? What's it showing us? And the first card I got was single-minded. It's number 14. Choose your own path and what is best to suit you. So right now, and this is the image of it. So see, there's everybody right now. You have to, what are you doing? Where are you being called to go? And not through fear. Where are you being led to go? Right? And who are you being led to go with? This is time for our community to get together and to really step up and step into who are you supposed to be? Who's your vibe now? Who's your tribe? After the solar eclipse in Libra, it took a lot of relationships. It took a lot of partnerships. So it took people from your lives, whether it was a jobs or past relationships or, family dynamics, all that had to shift because we've got new tribe coming in. Those who are more soul-based aligned and not based on our karma, from the South Node in Libra, right, which is old past karmic relationships. Those have been cleared away. And so, yeah, it's a choice point. Who is your ride or live now? I don't want to say ride or die. Who's your ride or live now? Who are you being called to swim in that field with? And then you do it together, and to listen to your intuition, trust what's coming through. And it may not be in alignment with everybody else right now. It doesn't have to be. You got to trust yourself. This is the practice, right? And then the second card I got, because I like to pull in 369. It's a code, it's a frequency. And then the card was number 50, childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So this is the time for us to step into who we really are and who we really come to be. So for those of you who are being asked to step into leadership roles, either within starting the new governing systems, because a lot of the governing systems are going to be more locally based, they're going to be more townships and communities that, can see each other, our neighbors, our friends. Are you being called to step up, to offer some of your gifts in a new way, right? This is why we've been doing the work. This is why we've been doing the healing on ourselves, so that we can be present and have our tools ready, and then share our gifts, our authentic gifts of who we've come to be in this world. It's the time of being shy or judging ourselves for who we really are. That's dissolved. Let that salt water take it away with all the debris that's corroding right now on our shores and in our neighborhoods that had to dissolve, right? All these conflicting aspects of ourselves that had to be shifted. So the childlike devotion is like going back to being like a child, because you know what? Children are resilient. Children are resilient, and they know how to heal, and they know how to like fight and get over it, right? They know how to feel their feelings and be authentic with it, but then also really show resolve and are so tenacious. And right now, the childlike devotion is being devoted to the children, and to being devoted to the inner child, and to devoted to our children. And for those that you know what I'm talking about. So this is also part of that, is that we need to be devoting time to our inner children and to our children, and to nurture them, because they're learning right now how to be in relationship time and crisis, right? The children are watching the adults right now. They're learning how to be. What kind of role model are you going to be? Is it going to be by default from what we learned from our parents who didn't know? Or are we going to have a choice point and be very present about what we say, even in a time of crisis? Can we step up and be the better version of ourselves as parents and say, honey, I'm scared, but you know what? Let's meditate together. Let's figure this out. This is a choice point. And then the third card I pulled, and again, I'm looking at the chakra colors too. So this is blue, right? This is the throat, light blue, dark blue. So this is again communicating. And then the green is being in the heart, right? The green and the pink with the blue. So speaking from the heart space. This is where we're asked to be in that childlike devotion, right? Authenticity. And then the final card was 33. Let your personality shine. Look at the crown and the root and the will. So you've got all the chakra colors represented here. And 33 is one of my power numbers. I work with 369. And of course, this says, let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. Yeah, this is the time now not to worry about what anybody else is doing. If you're called again to step up, to step out, to speak, to shine your light, to be that version of you always secretly wanted to be, but you were scared because you were too busy judging yourself, because that was the program. We were taught to judge ourselves. We were taught to berate ourselves. We were taught not to be our authentic selves. But that's part of the opportunity that's with all this chaos, is this dissolving away. It's like, hey, who are you really amongst all that crap? Like, we're looking for the real. Us on this in this media, we're looking to be real. We want authentic. We're done with the Hollywood bullshit. All that what we can see was just it's a effing lie. It was a lie. None of that was real. And we knew it. We knew it wasn't real, but then yet there was still this weird, like, false matrix that made us want to be this non-real character. It was effed up. Anyway, that's okay, because that's being cleared out too. There's enough technology now, free earth technology, the med beds that are coming out that are getting all these, immunization crap out of our systems. Anyway, I'm going to go there. Stay what I want. Practicing staying what I want. See? Going to catch the anger and just alchemize it, right? Just because there's a lot. There's a lot that is being revealed about this reality that we've been living in. So, choice point, moment by moment. See? Just catch yourself. Come back to the light. And laugh. Smile where you can. Laugh, cry, laughter through tears. We're here to have the whole human experience. So thank you, everybody that's watching, that's here with me. Hi, Christine. We've been talking, we've been hanging out, we've been pulling cards, we've been meditating together. Thank you, family, for spending this time and space here with me, and for stepping into your bigger beings, for allowing the version of you that came here to be your authentic self to take over and allow yourself to be that. We need that. That's what's going to help right now more than with all the other facade, like Pisces, all that other illusionary, those versions of self that we thought we always wanted to be like somebody else. That's gone. But what's left, well, that's still in progress. We don't know yet. We're in the deep unknown with this. But I'm okay with that, because it's practicing courage. And we don't have to do this alone. I still love doing astrology. You guys want to reach out, I'll offer it a discount. I'll even do it by donation. I just want to help in any way I can. This is my gifts. Again, I'm packing up Tanner. We're on the road. This is easy for me. I will say, being nomadic for the past several years has taught me not to hang on to anything, which is kind of great. And I'm grateful. I feel like I'm put in this position for a reason. And I'm grateful to be needed and going where I am needed at this point in time. So just offering my perspective. Oh, Lauren, I love you so much too. Thank you for seeing me. Yeah, she took a class with me, and we had an amazing journey together with astrology. Because, man, that's part of that's my magic, really. That's how spirit, and I say spirit meaning source, meaning the divine creator, the divine intelligence that flows through me in the language of astrology that helps me understand and gives me hope and gives me peace, because it allows my mind to really have a deep understanding about the cycles that we're in, and it removes the judgment, and it gives me a sense of security that there is a bigger system and process to this. Even if my human mind doesn't understand it, there's a deep knowing, which is what astrology has allowed me to receive. So if I can offer that to you in any way, a form of spiritual counseling, I'm really deep diving into that and really holding space for people. So by donation basis, reach out to me. I'd love to do a chart session for you. We can hold space together, especially if you're looking in terms of your purpose, of the bigger version of you that wants to come through and really dive deep into the opportunities that are going to continue to present themselves after all these shifts and changes happen. There's going to be a lot of positions opened. There's going to be a lot of currents that have been shifted, a lot of dams of energy that have been freed. And so what that's going to look like and feel like, that's still being carved out and within our consciousness. And so these things have to play out. But yeah, love to hold space for you guys any way I can. And just know we got this. And just do it. Thank you so much for connecting. I love you guys. And yeah, we got this, family. So much love. All right.